Well, Houston, we have a round of 16 coming up to you live from the NRG Stadium. It's Canada taking on Morocco. Canadians, the firm underdogs here against Morocco, number 7 in the world, who performed heroics in the last World Cup, looking to go one step further this time. But they'll have to go through one of the host countries, no longer having home comforts now, and it's up to them to try and tackle the benefits of going against a Morocco side who have been outstanding. That performance against Netherlands was just quality, especially the way they kept the ball. They did not allow Netherlands a way back. Despite Netherlands opening the scoring, Morocco never lost hope. Issa Diop scoring in the 92nd minute or so to take the game to pens. And from there, Morocco holding their nerve. Led by Achraf Hakimi, Morocco have nothing to fear and a clear path to the quarterfinals here. But it's up against a Jesse March side who will be buoyed with their very good performance against a resolute South Africa team who really did surprise a lot of us in the manner of which they turned up and played some excellent football. But they know that the game is now going to be hectic, multiplied in terms of the quality of opposition as the Canadians are up against Morocco. I'll go through the team news very quickly. Canada have got Maxime Crepeau in goal. Richie Larea as the left back. No Cornelius, which means that Moise Bombito will partner Luke de Figueroles in the middle of defense. Alistair Johnson on that right-hand side. The midfield four has just two changes rather, with Tajon Buchanan and Stefan Eustáquio both keeping their places, with Nico Sugur and Ali Ahmed on that left-hand side, who had a very bright cameo, starting on the left with Tani Olivasi and Jonathan David leading the line for Canada. Well, for Morocco, Yassine Bonu in goal. Nusay Mazraoui and Achraf Hakimi have been one of the standout fullback pairing in the competition. Redouane Halhal starts in defense alongside Issa Diop after Chadi Riyad picked up an injury. Not the kind of issues that Morocco want in the round of 16, having to shuffle at the back, but Mohamed Ouhabi forced to make the change. Ayub Bouadi keeps his place alongside Il Alianawi in that middle, which has been a constant presence in the way that they keep the ball and move. It has been very, very good. Bilal El Khanous, Azadin Unahi and Brahim Diaz as the front three, providing the support for the main man, Ismail Saibari. He's the one who scored the winning penalty against Netherlands. He's been on fire with 3 goals in the group stages, and he'll be ready after securing his move to Bayern Munich a few days earlier. He will feel like the weight is on his shoulders to impress not just his new club, but then also be a hero to his countrymen. Massive game. It's the first round of 16 clash, and I gotta say, guys, this new format, I'm warming up to it. It has been brilliant. We already see knockout football, and it's taken such a big toll on the teams who had to go through some difficult oppositions. England had to sweat against Congo. We saw Argentina die out there. You saw the relief in their fans and the players after the full-time whistle after 120 minutes where Cape Verde dragged them to hell and back. So this format, more of it, as we have got knockout football of real consequence now. It's going to be interesting to see how both coaches manage the early phases. We see how the game has flipped from the hydration break. So the first 20 minutes might go one way, have that break. It's a break in momentum, and how the teams respond soon after that will be interesting to see. We have seen opposition teams pounce on players being slightly lax after these breaks. So these breaks are being a challenge for both teams and a way to try and navigate it, as the pressure will be turned up to 100 here at the NRG Stadium in Houston. It's wonderful settings as Canada leave home comforts, and now they're up against the favorites in this contest. The number 7 side, last World Cup semi-finalist Morocco, and they'll be full of fire. And we've got some fraudulence in the referee booth. We've got some... That's Michael Oliver. If I've ever seen a fraudulent referee who likes to make things about himself, he's there with Stuart Bird, James Merring, and Danny Makili from Netherlands. As we hope that the referees will just play. A side note here. Both skippers out here in the middle. Can you believe it? I mean, I was so pumped, Gautam, when I was seeing both teams, and then I saw Michael Oliver leading the refs. Immediately just shook my head. The fraudulence on display, it's been ruined. Well, nothing's going to bring me down after that epic game between Argentina and Cape Verde. Here's Canada's starting 11 with Maxime Crepeau in goal, Richie Larea on the left-hand side with Moise Bombito and Luke de Figueroles as the two centre-halves, Alistair Johnson on the right-hand side, Ali Emma drafted into the side on that left-hand side, Stephen Eustachio and Nico Sigur as the two pivot players with Tajon Buchanan, Tani Olivasi and Jonathan David with the two-pronged striking attack. Eustachio, of course, scored that late, heartbreaking winner against South Africa. Once again with the captain Zamban. Plays for FC Porto as he's got serious pedigree. Here's the Moroccan starting 11. They've got a change in the back line. Yassine Bono keeps his place. Nusay Mazraoui and Ashraf Hakimi as the fullbacks. Redon Halhal and Issa Diop, who scored that late goal against Netherlands to drag the game to extra time, keeps his place in defence. Ella Yanui and Bouadi in that midfield pivot, very much capable of keeping the ball very well. Nila Yanawi and Ayu Bouadi have been some standout midfielders in terms of the responsibilities and the sheer load that they will take for the team to go out there and dominate the game. Bilal El Kounnous and Brahim Diaz out on the wings with Azzedine Onai in the number 10 position and Ismail Saibari leading the line for Morocco. 3 goals in the group stages for the main man. Scored that all-important pen against Netherlands to seal their qualifications into the round of 16. This is set up for a cracking game. I cannot wait for live action here at the NRG Stadium in Houston. Canada, can they continue their dreams? Can they continue the streak of the home nations? Getting closer and closer. We've got USA, Bosnia. Some would say USA are favorites there. Or USA, Belgium rather. Where USA are the favorites there despite Belgium might having a better ranking. But if you look at the two teams and how they're playing, I'm giving USA every chance. Their Mexico versus England is almost impossible to call, especially with the game happening at the Azteca. And Canada have got a real roadblock in front of them. Well, let's go, boys. It's the round of 16. We begin the business end of the knockouts. Where the thrills and frills are out, the unserious teams have been packed up. And it's time for the serious teams, the serious institutions to step up and entertain. NRG Stadium, arise. It's time for the round of 16 of the World Cup 2026. And we're off and running. Guess the ref for Portugal versus Spain. Is it Anthony Taylor? It's got to be him. Well, as Canada go long, immediately trying to invite Morocco with the ball. Morocco, very comfortable. I was so impressed with the way that they kept the ball against the Dutch in the second half despite being under pressure. It just shows you, despite them having the likes of Frankie de Jong and Ryan Gravenberch, Tony Taylor, of course, the fraudulence continues. Should have just put them in the fourth official and just make it one game that they have with the English officials. He said Diop with the header. Ali Ahmed on the left-hand side is a good call from Jesse March. I'm surprised he's still gone with Tani Aliwasi and Jonathan David as the two centre forwards. Looked like they had too much joy against South Africa. And Bukazi, if you remember that defensive performance, it was one for the books from the South African left-sided centre half. Bouadi finding Nusay Mazraoui. He was tested against the pace of the Netherlands wingers. Somerville against him was a really good battle that Nusay Mazraoui won on numerous occasions with last-ditch sliding challenges. We're hoping that he is not going to be too stretched. From Morocco's point of view, the right-hand side is the most potent. Brahimi and Ashraf Hakimi can cause so many problems with their rotations. And of course, Morocco's ability to keep the ball in the central areas just elevates them a step ahead of Canada here. Stefano Stacchio scored that wonderful goal in stoppage time. So much drama in the round of 32, man. It just feels like it's taken so much out of the teams already that to pick themselves up and go again as the fixtures, the opposition, it's more and more tricky. We got France, Paraguay coming up next. We all feel that Paraguay might be sacrificed by the French front four. But stranger things have happened. We're expecting Argentina to steamroll Cape Verde. But France are no Argentina. France are the red-hot favourites. I've said this before. Whoever beats France will be the World Cup winners. Or else it's just going to be France's. Elise, Dembele, Doué and Kylian Mbappe's front four is a headache for most defenders to solve. Paraguay, if there's ever a time for them to drop the nastiest, the meanest of deep blocks, that will be it. Gautam, this is exactly what I was thinking about. The extra knockout round has been fantastic. It's added extra jeopardy early on. Remember that meme, right? The worst person in the world makes the best point. That's Infantino. He's cooking with this format, man. This works. This works. You may not get the drama of the group stages, but you're getting extra drama in terms of the knockouts. And why not? And the way that the teams are playing when the stakes are raised early on has been fantastic to watch. Exactly. So much more spice to the tournament. And these players have all gone through war already. Morocco went 120 minutes against the Dutch. Wait and see how their fitness will be tested. They've gone with most of the same team, just to change with Halhal in defense alongside Issa Diop. Richie Larea on the left-hand side. He's been a constant for Canada. Trying to combine. Oh, the breaks kindly. Larea, can he get the cutback here? It's been closed down. And it's a corner for Canada. Decent start here. Richie Larea has played pretty much 90 minutes every game that he's been tasked with. Constant outlet on that left-hand side. Good defending by Brahim Diaz to help out defensively. But Canada can produce a shock here if he can get the early goal. And that's that extra bit of spice in the game. Stacchio will take the corner. Hero from the last knockout round floats in a very decent ball in. Yassine Bono punches it away from the near post. Canada recover. Tejan Buchanan. Decent looking pass. The knock-on had a chance here for Canada. Oh, it's just gone wide. Saved by Bono. Corner for Canada. Whoa. Nearly the perfect start here. The Canadians starting really, really well. They've kept the danger alive. Definitely on side here with the flick on header. Luke de Figueroles just knocks it down in the path of Jonathan David. Canada they've pretty much matched Morocco well in the early stages. Distances have been good. The attacking threat is there and haven't allowed Morocco to settle in. Stacchio will take the corner. First one is pretty decent. Might go for a bit more elevation. He does. Issa Diop with a commanding defensive header. Canada will keep the danger alive. They've hooked it back into a dangerous area. Buchanan, no nonsense challenge there by Halhal. He goes crunching in there. His first defensive contribution in the knockouts here. David Fraudulence, as usual, just took him slightly wide with that pass, but it's a nice looking pass though. Canada have started really well here. It's been a tournament for the underdogs and they're very much stepped up here. This is great to see. Morocco favourites, but they've gone through the ringer against Netherlands. Canada would have had a more mental rather than physical battle against South Africa. Stacchio with the delivery. It's a different delivery chance. Well, he's mixed his corner routines. 3 different types of corners. Bono punches. They've kept the danger alive. Stacchio, clever pass by the skipper. Finding his centre half in an awkward angle. Just looks to fire that away. Cleared away by Ismail Saibari. Very, very good start by Canada. And knockout football in the World Cup, nothing comes close. Ismail Saibari closes him down nicely. Oh, crunching challenge by Alistair Johnson. Referee says play on. Wadi wins it. Not even just the distances. They're ready to step on. No one on the heels yet. They believe that they can catch Morocco out for quick counters, and they can. They've got our attention. Certainly have our attention here, Gautam, because, again, the gas tanks has been challenged for Morocco. They won't be at their freshest. So have a go at them early and see what they're all about, whether or not they recovered in time. Stakio has mixed up his corner routines as well. One near post, one towards the far stake, one with a bit more elevation. Yassine Bono might be slightly concerned. That's why you see that he points immediately to the temples. Get the focus going again. The round of 16 has thrown up some spicy contests, man. Even the Switzerland-Colombia game, that has got fireworks written all over it. Only representation from Africa is from North Africa, Egypt and Morocco. Cape Verde, though, doing Africa proud. Here's Mazraoui. Finding Hal to Issa Diop. Ashraf Hakimi. Slow start this from Morocco, but understandable. Have to bide their time, knowing that this game could possibly go the distance too. Buadi wanting to get involved in the build-up, but Bono decides to go long. Johnston defends well. Maxime Crepeau takes no chances. Good work there from Olivasi. Should get there first. The chase is on. Diop is very quick. And Tani Olivasi tries a few underhanded tactics to try and get the better of Issa Diop, who's a real presence at the back. Just leans into him. He's strong. He's powerful. Lost his balance, but did just enough. Will Canada need to capitalize here? Good start. But certainly need to capitalize. You've got to be really careful. One yellow away from suspension. Ooh, that's gonna hurt Morocco because Chadi Riyad has picked up an injury, and injuries end of the season, long World Cup. Can he recover in time? It'll be very difficult to see. So if Morocco do go through, they do need Issa Diop. Here's Buadi getting involved for the first time in the match. Ainuri. Oh, his pass has been intercepted. Morocco have been slightly sloppy here. Canada looking to pounce. Decent ball here. What a touch! Oh, brilliant save by Bono. That should have been 1-0. Olivasi with the bicycle. Oh, magnificent save. Canada are cooking out here. They really are cooking. Wow. Yassine Bono bails out his team. Huge moment in the match already. Was that Tajon Buchanan who got the effort in the end? Bono has certainly kept them in it. What a touch this was. Again, it all comes from a loose pass. And from there, Canada pounce. Ali Ahmed starts it with the pass. This drag back from Tani Olivasi is outrageous, man. He completely sells Al-Hal. And he does everything right, but Bono with a brilliant save. Extended leg, and Jesse March knows that's a huge opportunity. Wow. The game could have flipped on its head here. Ismail Saibari, though, on the left-hand side, continues his run. Good defending. Umbito comes across. And Ismail Saibari, we saw this against Netherlands too, where he starts all his runs from the left-hand side. Very good carry by Jonathan David. Drags Buadi all the way. Ustakio finds a lovely pass onto the left-hand side. Canada playing some wonderful stuff. Ali Ahmed. Ustakio. Olivasi. Richie Laria now getting involved. Ustakio. Clever. Oh, Good defending by Diop. Man, Canada are a real problem for Morocco here. Real problem. This is not going to be as straightforward as we thought. Gianni Infantino, as always, present in all the stadiums. Brahim Diaz. Oh, risky pass. Oh, Morocco are getting away with it, but they're punching their own ticket. Eustakio almost getting through, but they're shooting themselves in the foot here, Morocco, with these careless passes. They've lost it again, but they win it back, and they've lost it again. Terrible. What's happening here? Somebody needs to grab a hold of the game here for Morocco. Here's Alistair Johnston on the right-hand side. Floats it in. Oh, Olivasi was free. Here's Stefan Eustakio. Clever pass. Jonathan David trying to continue the attack. Morocco survive again. Now on the counter-charge. Canada are not letting them out here. Morocco cannot hang. They just cannot hang physically with them right now. They're all over them. Canadian fans very much up for this one, and their team have responded. Yep, they cannot get out. This is where the midfield has to work. Wadi and Hilal Yanawi have to take control of this game. Those short, crisp passes just slow the tempo down if needed. Don't keep punching these passes. Don't keep going for those swift attacks. Keep the ball. Slow the pace down. Again, Mazraoui taking an age to release the ball, immediately shut down. This has been a terrific start, and the first quarter, the end of the hydration break would be the worst time really for Canada, because they have suffocated the life out of Morocco. This has caught Morocco by surprise. Well, the effects of the 120 minutes against Netherlands certainly showing. What's up, Mr. Menas? What is up? Canada are cooking out here. They played some wonderful football. Tani Olivasi's drag and finish nearly leading to the goal. Yassine Bono bailing them out with a terrific save. But it's been all Canada. Mr. Menas, are you going to be up for France versus Paraguay? The deepest block versus the best defense, or the best attack rather. Every opportunity to watch that fearsome French forward. I am going to be up for it. Crazy games this World Cup, loving it. Hope the timing was better. You're going to have to keep the timings to the sidelines, man, but it has been unbelievable. The Argentina-Cape Verde game, Aman. I know you were not up for it. I was. Had a couple of the guys join me in the stream as well, and it was just sensational. I was on the edge of my seat, cheering Cabo Verde on till the very end, and the manner in which it got stolen from them was hurtful. Both centre-halves coming up clutch for Argentina after Leo Messi opened the scoring. The equalizer for Cabo Verde, the goal of the tournament so far. In terms of the sheer scenes, unbelievable. Well, good you're in for the France game. What some proper football. Yeah, it was really intense. Argentinian fans were tearing up. They were praying to survive that game. They knew they were in real trouble. I think, it's a bit of a stretch, but if it was a European team against Cabo Verde, I think Cabo Verde would have found a way to go through, man. Argentina just have World Cup juju right now that is just too strong. But Cabo Verde, man, they not just hung, they played brilliant. This was not backs to the wall defending stuff. They played some sensational football. They hung with them physically. They dominated Argentina physically, to be honest. Brilliant. Some of the scenes full time as well. You could see from Argentina, nobody really celebrated. It was just relief. Probably your favorite all-time World Cup game? Mine very close, man. I'm going to put it in the mix. It had no business going that hard. I was just hoping that Leo Messi would score a couple of goals. Oh, Ismail Saibari beats the offside trap, but no, he doesn't. Yeah, Argentina going through, of course, is better for the World Cup. Saibari wasn't offside, or it might have been just offside. But yeah, Argentina going through. They face Salah in Egypt. There is that possibility of Brazil versus Argentina in the semi-finals, and of course France versus Spain. That would be the best outcome in terms of the heavy hitters. Mexico, England is going to be so hilarious, man. Canada play some decent stuff again on the right-hand side. Tejan Buchanan can't get there first, but it is a corner. Nobody channeled their inner Anthony from Manchester United. Nobody yet. Nobody yet. But Canada would just hate the hydration break at this moment in time. We're trying to capitalize as their skipper will take the corner. He's put in 3 or 4 decent corners already. Yassine Bono's had to bail his side out once. Stefan Eustachio will take the corner. Teddy has a highlight moment in this World Cup, scoring in the 92nd minute against South Africa. The skipper will deliver this one. Goes away from the keeper. Oh, it's a free header, but not enough power there from Alistair Johnson. Morocco have not been able to get out once so far in the match. They'll be so glad that the hydration break is around the corner. Works for some teams. They just need to just catch a hold of their breath. They've been totally suffocated in this match. Not used to seeing Morocco in such a deep block. Good organization though. Eustachio trying to bite into the challenge. He loses out. Boadi is good under pressure, but they've lost the ball in midfield here. Eustachio, oh, heavy pass. Ali Ahmed will have to retrieve, but he's got 1v1 ability on the left-hand side. Here is Ali Ahmed. Decides to keep it slow though. Eustachio. Mexico, England. Yeah, man, I'm fancying Mexico. I'm not going to lie. Host nations certainly showing up. Hey, what's up, Pops? Looking for an African side into the last 8? Egypt and Morocco, the North Africans, the only hope for Africa. As I mentioned before, whatever happens from here on, Cape Verde's performance, the best an African side has produced in this World Cup. Eustachio, might be a foul there in the build-up. It's a yellow card. Very surprised as to what happened there. It's Halal again. Maybe he's just gone crunching in. We saw him with his first challenge. Yep, slightly reckless, but is it yellow card worthy? I'm not really sure. It's a painful one on Olivasi, not going to lie, but was that a yellow card challenge? I'm not really sure, but it's got to be now on a tightrope. Ridwain Halhal. Oh, Saibari is on the ground here. This is not good news. He's holding his hamstring. This is not good news whatsoever for Morocco. Let's have a look. He's in a tussle there with Moise Bombito. Has he extended something? Has he created some sort of damage? Groin, hamstring, it could be anything. Halhal fellow spooky. His timing in terms of jumping in is all over the place. He's been pretty rash. France going through is as good as Africa United going through. I mean, but France just looks sensational, dude. Some of the football they play, even in second or third gear. Incredible watch, but I think they might call the hydration break now as Ismail Saibari is still on the deck. And this is really not good news for Morocco, who have struggled. Oh, Saibari's reaction tells the story. I think he thinks that his tournament is done out here. Oh, this is terrible. What a shame. Ismail Saibari, Morocco's main man, has to be hauled off here. It's a hamstring injury in the round of 16. It is a cruel, cruel way for your World Cup to potentially end. He keeps a brave face on, but inside he'll be feeling that crushing feeling. He soaks in the applause and the cheer of his nation, but that is a real shame. Ismail Saibari is off, and Rahimi takes his place. I mean, you say France looking like PSG and England like Arsenal. Yeah, what do you expect? Saka, Rice, Madueke, playing like England, Eberiche, Eze. Add them all and you get Arsenal-like performances. They won't get away with it against Mexico at the Azteca. They better be at their best because that's pretty much Kane FC there. It's the Kios free kick. It should be comfortable. Just like Argentina are relying heavily on Messi, the same can be said about England. All the talent that they have, all that big money signing players, doesn't look like it. Congo gave them a really good game. No jokes. Mutusami in midfield against Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice. He walked them around. It's not for fun. It was really like they literally hung in there perfectly. Here's Mazraoui looking for Rahimi. I think it was Rahimi's strike, which Verbruggen saved in extra time. Oh, that's a bad challenge. The referee lets it go. Hajam Buchanan finding himself on the left-hand side. Morocco yet to really lay a glove. That's a late challenge by Bouadi. Michael Oliver has let a couple of incidents go along here. Both England and Arsenal need a good number 10. Cole Palmer's at home. What do you mean Arsenal need a good number 10? You spend, 65 million on Eberiche Eze. You have Martin Odegaard as your captain, who, by the way, stunk it up against Ivory Coast. I'm not going to lie. Very poor. Has to step his game up against Brazil because we know the headlines is going to be Vinicius versus Erling Haaland. But that number 10 position for Norway can certainly be upgraded because Martin Odegaard in that game hit well below his standards. You've seen Asgard in that position playing a lot more with potency as the hydration break comes at the wrong time for Canada. Perfect time for Morocco, who've had the worst possible start. They barely laid a glove on the Canadians, and their main striker is off with a hamstring injury. Ismail Saibari off with Rahimi coming on. Still 0-0 the scoreline, but that's mainly because Yassine Bonu pulled off an incredible save with his trailing leg, really. Either Odegaard gets back to 2020 form again, or for the first choice, number 10 is open. Eze is not number one option. He is squad depth. Odegaard is not going back to his 2022-23 form. It's done. He got you the title. Or you should gracefully just walk away and let Arsenal see what they can do in that number 10 position. But what's up with Arsenal in the transfer window so far? No such movement. Bruno Guimaraes has been linked. That would certainly add a real bite to Arsenal's midfield. And they managed to sign Guimaraes. Guimaraes and Rice in midfield would be something where Arsenal will not be beaten too often next season. Although Rice is on his last legs. I mean, both Mikel Arteta and Thomas Tuchel have used him like a bar of soap. We keep hearing every report, every time Declan Rice has been forced to be pulled off, talking about some injuries, and if he does his hamstring or some sort of muscle injury, could miss a couple of months, but he has no business starting in August or even mid-September. Declan Rice he should be back after the September international break because it would be absolutely inhuman to have him start match week 1. All talk, nothing official. Morgan Rogers makes sense only if Odegaard leaves, but the position to address is left wing. Left wing is urgent. I think left wing is certainly urgent with Martinelli and Trossard. I think the right wing is, you've made your bed with Saka and Madueke. Saka signed a new deal and Madueke was just bought last season and, well, they could come good. If you look at it currently, might just end up being a problem position. Anyways, the hydration break is done. Club talk will be kept to the side. Canada have dominated proceedings over 25 minutes. Not really 25 minutes of action, but we'll have and see how left wing CM for Rice and right back. Arsenal cannot afford to stand still, that's for sure. As champions, if you don't strengthen, you just leave the door open regardless. I mean, the Premier League next season is a lot of newbie managers. I've seen Bono. Well, the message from Morocco's dugout has to be the same. Keep the ball, but they're trying to attack quickly here. They've lost their outlet in Saibari. That midfield three of Azdin Onahi, Nauri and Ayub Bouadi have to circulate that ball better. It's very risky. It's a risky game that they're playing and could very easily been caught out. Here's Bouadi. Finds Diop. About 20 minutes left to end first half action in the first round of 16 game. France versus Paraguay next. Lineup is pretty good. Bound to see goals. Diop with the ball, trying to find Rahimi. Sigor wins the ball in midfield. 0-0 in Morocco's passing. Very lethargic. Got no legs, man. They're dying out there. Oh, Canada present them with a real chance here. Rahimi with a strike. Should have carried that here and played the pass. You know your team is struggling to have a shot there, especially just after coming on. Interesting choice. Forget Morocco's passing. There's just a basic ball retention. It's just not been there. Canada need to capitalize though. They have Morocco where they want them. They've matched them in the middle of the park. That was a risky pass by Moise Bombito. Knee centre half. With Luke de Figueroles putting out of a good block there. Every good centre half pairing. Bail out your partner just in case. Thrown for Canada. Nothing's really changed in terms of the momentum, the way that the game has shifted. It's more of the same. Yassine Bono will be slightly concerned. Not slightly, he'll be more than concerned. His team can't get out. The outlet's gone. Midfield struggling to keep a hold of the ball. Defense have been opened up on a couple of occasions. Johnston with the throw-in. Looking for a flick-on header. Keeps the danger alive, but Michael Oliver. Just a foul was there. Very impressed with Canada here. They're taking advantage of Morocco's physical deficiencies. Going the distance against Netherlands. Morocco with no Chadi Riyad in defense. Ismail Saibari off. Say that the team will have to weather through the adversity. The 30 minutes gone at the NRG Stadium in Houston. Still 0-0. I think as it stands, the only watch-along that we've had where it's been goalless has been England versus Ghana. Ghana are out. To their 1-0 loss to Colombia. Arias scoring the only goal and the winner for the Colombians. Well, if Morocco is struggling in the central areas, that's when your wide men will have to take a bit more responsibility if possible. Center of the park is crowded. Yuan Mazraoui and Bilal El Khanous drag the team forward from the left-hand side. Same can be said about the most experienced and quality-filled right-hand side of Morocco with Hakimi and Brahim Diaz. Bouadi. Halal finds Issa Diop. Morocco doing the right thing here. Just take the sting out of the game. Maybe even just drag yourselves to half-time at 0-0. Not the worst result for them. Canada will feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity if it remains 0-0. Elanaoui. Onto the right-hand side. Diaz, Hakimi. Asking a lot out of Diaz, but Rahimi might get there first, but he absolutely clatters to the centre half. Foul for Canada. Free kick. Look to Figueroa, doing well. Gets himself there first. Canada are playing a bit conservative now. Got options on the bench. Laren, of course, who scored that outstanding goal against Bosnia in their first group game. Scored again against Scotland. Well, Qatar, really. It's been on a decent run. Yassine Bono goes long. Morocco really struggling. This is going to be a very interesting phase. Bit of a lull here. Canada have to make sure that Morocco don't find their foothold back into this contest. Keep it uncomfortable. Good pass there. I like the look of Nico Sigur in midfield alongside Stefan Estaquio. That's a decent balance for Canada. They've been very much on the front foot in terms of pressing. They've not allowed Bouadi or El Enaoui to play. Here's Bombito. Nice to Johnston. Bombito again. Risky. Giving it away. Bouadi recovers, but Johnston bails him out. I think halftime would be nice, just in general, for Morocco to catch a breath and maybe make this more of a contest, because they're just hanging in there. Nothing pretty. Oh, the ball has been given away so poorly there by Halhal. Here's Ali Ahmed on the left-hand side. Gets away from Hakimi. That's not an easy thing to do. Here's Stefan Estaquio. Ooh, chance there. Tajon Buchanan making the run. Alistair Johnson continues his run. That was such a poor pass there from the centre half. Nearly cuts his entire team. That was a suicide pass. Head coach Uabi asking the question, do not pass it there. Canada won the corner. They're going to get it. Last touch off Mazraoui. Morocco look rattled here. Nothing's gone in their favour so far. Yep, that's a good call there from the ref. And if Canada score, it's no longer a surprise. They've been threatening to do so all of the first half. Stakio will take the corner. He's run that midfield alongside Nico Sigur. The captain delivers. Flick on header, chance. Ooh, just about managed to defend that situation. Bouadi, full stretch there. Canada. And that's not a pen, but a foul on Ayub Bouadi. Youngster struggling out there. He's, let's be honest, drowning out there in midfield. Almost feel like he needs a bit of help. Youngster with plenty of confidence. You'll still remember that second half against Brazil. First group game where he really grabbed the hold of the game. Fantastic to see a teenager just be the best midfielder on the park. Sab Halal at 45 minutes. He's not serious. Move Maz to centre back and take the hit. Not a bad call there. Mazraoui has played centre. I remember he played centre half at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Okay, we had Liam Delap as a centre forward. Mazraoui is not covering himself in glory either on that left-hand side. He loses that duel, but make sure he makes amends. Thrown for Canada. Yeah, Halhal's on a yellow card too, right? And looked a bit rash. The last thing Morocco can have is going down to 10 men. They're already physically short. Free kick for Canada. It's a throw-in rather. They've been knocking on the door all of the first half as Johnston takes the throw-in. Good defensive header by Bouadi. Not the tallest of player, but good leap. Here's Johnston. Decent challenge by Bilal El Kanous. Mr. Johnston keeps it. Decent play there in tight spaces. Mazraoui comes away with the ball. And now Morocco on the counter-attack. Poor pass, Rahimi. South Africa looked 1,000 times better prepared for this Canada mid-block. It's been more than just a mid-block from Canada, man. I think South Africa were happy to try and play on the counter-attack. Yes, they got on the front foot. They play out of the back very nicely. But I feel here Canada have just steamrolled Morocco. The way Morocco have just struggled in the middle of the park. Oh, Ismail Saibari looks really sad on the bench. See your World Cup hopes being crushed by injury. Tough one to take. And South Africa caught everybody by surprise. You have to remember that Morocco did go 120 minutes. Cannot discount that factor. There's 30 minutes of extra football that Canada didn't have to play. And of course, the mental exertions of the penalty shootout. That's the thing, the extra elimination round has just added that extra bit for the players and the teams, man. Just feel like you have to go through yet another hectic hurdle to get your hands on the trophy. Yes, you might get fortunate with the fixtures, but to most of the team's credit, they've made a real fist of things. So Sweden, I've been very disappointed, but yes, they played against France, so you give them a bit of a pass. Who else was I really disappointed with the round of 32? Didn't really show up. I'm not surprised that Ghana didn't score a goal. Carlos Queiroz, one of the most defensive managers you can ever imagine. Jordan Ayew didn't even have a shot on target. I saw it on Twitter. I'm not sure whether or not it's true, but that's a damning stat as, a bit of tempers flaring here. Game finally bursting into life. Richie Larea has ignited something out of both Hakimi and Brahim Diaz. And might as well fight. First half has just gotten into a lull. Look at this Michael Oliver. Let them brawl. He wants to take center stage, the twat. Hate him. He's dispersed it quickly. Stakio and Hakimi both called over. Well, Larea has clearly done something by the looks of it because both Hakimi and Brahim Diaz just lost it for a second. You can understand one player losing it when there's a duel or a challenge. There's a yellow card for Hakimi by the looks of it. The right-hand side of Morocco. Now compromised. The left back and the right back both pick up yellow cards. Richie Larea and Ashraf Hakimi. Stakio cannot believe it. Let's have a look as to what's happened here. I mean, it's Hakimi who pushes Larea. Larea comes back and he's not done too much wrong. He's done nothing wrong, really. I mean, Brahim Diaz reacting like that was the most craziest of overreactions. He literally does nothing there, Richie Larea. Why the hell does he get a yellow card? Terrible refereeing by Michael Oliver. Just because he squared up? What the fuck, man? That is terrible. Terrible refereeing. Just wants to take center stage, doesn't he? That's a Johnston, risky, but gets away with it just about. Mazraoui. Canada can't go through here. Brilliant work there in midfield, work by Sigur. That was one of the worst decisions I've seen by Michael Oliver in this World Cup, man. How the hell does he book Richie Larea? Larea gets fouled. It was a cynical foul by Ashraf Hakimi too, because he's not getting towards the ball. He just wants to push Larea and get away with it with a bit of frustration. Larea comes back. Fair play to him for not overreacting. He just squares up to him. Says, what the F, bro? Like, why? That's not needed. And he gets booked for that? Ridiculous. Michael Oliver, no clue. Well, halftime is needed. Halftime is certainly needed. Yes, Sigur and Stakio have been totally dominant in that midfield. Sigur with the legs complementing Eustakio has been pretty much all over the pitch, leading from the front in terms of the press and also with the set pieces. Nico Sigur plays for Split in Croatia. Was on the bench for the last couple of games. Jesse March almost testing him and saying whether or not he's ready mentally to start the game here. He's very much looked at home alongside the skipper. Here's Mazraoui. Morocco struggling to play out the back here. 3 minutes plus added on time remain. Brahim Diaz. He's not gotten involved too much. Again in that number 10 position, he's not been able to feed the strikers. Both Saibari and now Rahimi have been feeding off scraps. Need to see better from them, better movement, but they've just been a touch slower, or Canada have been 2 paces quicker than them, man. They're biting into the challenges. Morocco are not able to build. That's a lovely turn by Bilal El Khanous. It was Brahim Diaz rather on the left-hand side. And Canada get another yellow. This one a bit more straightforward because that was a clever turn by Brahim Diaz. Jonathan David. I think it was Alistair Johnson who tried first, and Jonathan David deciding that he needs to take one for the team there. Brahim Diaz urging his team to go forward. If Morocco pull a goal here before half-time, it'll be one of the greatest robberies, really. Conceding Maxim Krepov in goal. Launcher, cigar, and a cocktail. That's the kind of performance he's had. Chilling. Hakimi's delivery finds the big man Diop. Diop with a knockdown header. It's cleared away. Good first header won there. Canada trying to pounce on the counter-attack. Diop keeps it alive. Morocco not able to build. And just be hoping for the halftime whistle. They've managed to take some of Canada's best shots. The good thing you can say from Morocco's point of view is it's 0-0. Probably the instruction was don't go too crazy in that first half, knowing that you can collectively blow out completely in terms of physicality in the second half. So maybe conserve your energy. Try and take it 0-0 in the first half. Nick a goal in the second. Asdin Unai, the latest to be booked. How many yellows? Yep, Michael Oliver. The floodgates are open, and now we've seen this before in the Prem on numerous occasions where he loses a bit of control, and now it's yellow card city. It might end up finishing 11v11, depending on the scoreline. Hoping to see a goal before 90 minutes. Last thing that you want to see is a 0-0 game going into 90 minutes, expecting the next 30 to be 0-0 too, and then being dragged to pens. There's going to be a winner in normal time. It looks like it's going to be Canada. Eustakio been pushed off the ball. Ball breaks kindly on the left-hand side here for Morocco. Bilal El Khanous. Rahimi, he wants the foul. He dives, and Michael Oliver does not take the bait. Good carry on the right-hand side, but Mazraoui stops the progress. Got 6 minutes of added on time here in the first half. Seen a flurry of yellow cards, but no goal yet. Best chance remains for Canada that drew out that brilliant save of Yassine Bono's outstretched leg. Challenges flying in midfield. You're right, Gautam. This might not end up 11v11, and it's Jonathan David too, who's on a yellow card. Last thing that you want is to see strikers challenges. I don't think he's done too much wrong there. Unai has taken a tumble there. Jesse March relaying that information to the ref. Diop taking a chance, but doesn't get punished. Halal finds Bono. But Morocco will want to mix it up. Not able to build out the back. The long ball isn't working. They need runners. They need runners, they need dribblers, they need players with 1v1 ability. Wabi with the shake of his head can pretty much grant them a pass if they manage to drag this to 0-0 at half-time, because the performance certainly doesn't merit being level with the opposition. Al-Hal wants to foul and he pretty much buys it with a tumble in the corner. Needless there from Sigur. He knows he's got nowhere to go. If you make any sort of contact, you know he's just going to go down. He barely made any contact. The linesman's there, and he has a look and says that's a foul. That's a poor call. Moroccan fans concerned. They have felt sheer euphoria after that penalty shootout victory against Netherlands. Ismail Saibari's pen throwing them into raptures. That was a game that Morocco could have very easily been eliminated in normal time. Issa Diop scoring in stoppage time to take the game to extra time and then to pens. Rahimi's effort was brilliantly saved by Bart Verbruggen in extra time, which dragged the game to pens. Quincy Timber's terrible penalty. Of course, Somerville's pen saved so nonchalantly by Yassine Bonu, proving to be enough. Estani Olivasi having a run at the defense. Al-Hal gets beaten, but Mazraoui on the cover. Mazraoui needs to be switched on here because he knows Al-Hal can't go jumping in. He might go, but risky. Bombito does well. Estaquio shifts it to Richie Larea. Pushes and running on that left-hand side. Estaquio. Ali Ahmad tries to make it a quick one-touch passing rhythm, but they've given it away. Morocco on the counter-attack. They've committed players forward. This might work. Brahim Diaz sweeps it to Bilal El Khanous. El Khanous drags it back. Morocco keep possession. They lose it away. Poor play. And Canada give the ball away. After all that, Morocco getting further away from goal. That is a real shame. Inability to keep the ball in the final third has been pretty telling. Mohamed Ouhabi needs to make 3 or 4 subs, man. He just has to. He needs legs. He needs movement. He needs some sort of pressing ability. Basically, he just needs energy. He's had to make 1-4 sub, but he needs to dig in and make a couple, man. Because if this same team comes out in the second half, very easily see them losing any sort of momentum forward, as it's just been a drag from Canada's point of view. I'm looking forward to halftime, not going to lie, boys. This has been started off really well. Yep, really bad. Canada seems like they had a good 20 minutes in them. After that, their levels have dropped, and Morocco's levels overall have left me slightly underwhelmed. But I guess we should have expected it. After the highs of Argentina-Cape Verde, to get another banging game. Hopeful. Well, we do have France-Paraguay. Hopefully that doesn't end 0-0. Another yellow card. Michael Oliver, he's just handing away cards like it's Christmas. El Khanous, the latest victim. Here's the challenge. Let's have a look. El Khanous just throws that elbow slightly. El Khanous, slight bit of rough play, but yeah, bring on halftime, man. That should be that. I got no real halftime analysis as well. Canada having the best opportunity in the match. It was a brilliant save from Yassine Bonu, but other than that, it's been a forgetful half of football. Hopefully the second half, well, in terms of a storyline, Michael Oliver's cooked up a real storm here, because we got 5 or 6 players on yellows. This game could very easily finish 10v11, 10v10. We'll wait and see how it ends up, but it's 0-0 in Houston. I was expecting a game of real cut and thrust, but Morocco have struggled physically out there. Canada, first 20 minutes outstanding, but after the hydration break, pretty much cancelled out. Canada will feel they should be 1-0 up, but that Yassine Bonu save keeps it at 0-0. As we're expecting a better game in second half, boys. Need to see a bit more quality, a bit more risk, as the jeopardy will certainly be dialed up here. 0-0, and no real thoughts barring that. I'll see you guys for the start of the second half. It's going to be a long, long night here today. I need to save my voice. It's going to be hectic. And if Kylian Mbappe and co score more screamers, voice will be tested. But I'll be back in the second half, guys. About 10 minutes time. We'll have a bit of a chat before the start of the second half and see what kind of changes that both teams could make. Morocco need help. I'm expecting a couple of changes made by Mohamed Ouabi. If he doesn't, he's letting his team drown out there. So wait and see how that second half turns out. Be back in a few. in the second half because it's been pretty forgetful, but definitely the game can improve in the second half. Canada have been all over Morocco in terms of putting pressure on them, but they've not able to find the finishing touches on what has been a decent first half performance. Jesse March can take a lot of encouragement going forward. But how do they try and improve here? That's going to be the question. Well, I'm expecting Morocco to make changes because there's no way Mamadou Abi can send the same team out that really struggled physically after going hammer and tongs against a Netherlands side. They need a bit of help, and the bench needs to step up here. The game can certainly improve, and we hope that the quality does improve in the second half. Moroccan fans will be slightly concerned with the way that the first half went along, but luckily for them, they didn't take any damage, and the best part about that is it ended 0-0 after the first 45 minutes, so they can look at that as a slight positive, but they know that in the second half, Canada will look to just step it up and look to add a bit more. But from Jesse March's point of view, does he make too many changes? I'm not really sure. He doesn't need to, considering his side are the fresher of the two. We know that the game can certainly improve, and it does need to in terms of a spectacle. We already saw a World Cup Classic last night, and early this morning, really. Not even 24 hours ago, where we saw one of the games of the World Cup. This one has paled in comparison, but it can certainly catch life as the half wears on and the jeopardy increases. Margin of error is now down to the bare minimum as it's knockout football at its best. These two sides, having done really well to reach the round of 16, will now know that they cannot put a foot wrong. Well, let's go. Start for the second half. Both teams are off and running here. Which way is this going to swing? We'll wait and see, as it's Morocco who kick things off for the start of the second. Well, the first 45 minutes, definitely forgetful. Morocco somehow surviving that one. Huge thanks to Yassine Bono. We saw a flurry of yellow cards right towards the end of the 45 minutes, which just adds that extra level of jeopardy in the match. Last thing they'll want is go down to 10 men in a game which could very easily go into extra time. And when you're saying 1-1 to extra time and pens, you're cruel, man. I cannot do extra time here and then, without any break, jump straight in to the France-Paraguay game. I need this to end in 90 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. No subs indeed. It really caught me by surprise, especially with Morocco. They had to make a couple of changes. Physically, they're dying out there. Hey, welcome to the stream, Sid. Definitely got some red cards. Definitely got some red cards here, but nice to see you, Sid, for the first time on the stream. The hometown playing here. Hopefully, Canada making it to the round of 16. Well, forget round of 16. Quarterfinals now. It'll be a massive, massive boost. I am so surprised, Gotham, that Mohamed Ouahabi has made no changes. He's pretty much let his team to drown out there for the next 15 or 20 minutes. Maybe he makes it after the hydration break, or he waits till 55, maybe even 60 minutes, but it is a dangerous game that the head coach is playing here. Jesse March should look at that and tell his boys that go out there and press like monsters. Just go out there, force the mistakes, don't let them build out the back, crowd out that midfield, which Canada have been winning. Said it would be wild if Canada made the quarterfinals. They have no business, let's be honest, to be in the quarterfinals. Would be a historic story and might be something that leads to the growth of football in Canada. They just be making it harder for streamers. They're killing me. Here's Olivasi. Nearly finds it to David. Tani Olivasi, slightly hesitant there, but it's a corner for Canada. Estakio wants something more. Again, it's Canada who start well here, putting Morocco under real pressure. Ali Ahmed on that left-hand side. Instead of foul there, Olivasi is the one who took over. Tries to play the quick 1-2, might have just been onside because the trailing foot of Issa Diop. Good call there from the officials. The skipper, Estakio, will take the corner. And a couple of decent ones in the first half. Here's Bombito, one of the targets. Estakio takes it short. Change of angle here for Canada with the corner. Estakio delegates to Ali Ahmed. Richie Larea would be so disappointed that he got booked here. It was a half chance for Canada. Forced to the centre half, Luke de Figueroles, who just hangs a foot out. I am so surprised that Morocco have come out with the same team here. Rahimi running the channel on the right-hand side. Oh, that's such a poor challenge. And that would be a yellow card too. That is terrible from the centre half. But that was a poor challenge, Gautam. I mean, I'm no fan of Michael Oliver, but that challenge, especially when you've seen that the ref has been card happy, you don't go lunging in there. Rahimi is just looking to get there first to push and run. Figueroles with a reckless challenge and a yellow card for the centre half. Rahimi takes a sore one there. Well, Morocco would shock the system if they score from this one. They've had to absorb a lot of pressure. Ashraf Hakimi is lining up this free kick. Canada, who have played a very good game so far, have conceded a free kick in dangerous territory. Hakimi, it's a chance for Rahimi, and it's 1-0! Morocco absorb all the pressure. It's Unai of all people. It's the number 8 who finds the back of the net, completely unmarked at the edge of the box. And he fires it past Maxime Crepeau. And Morocco absorbed all the pressure. Have the lead in Houston. Lovely set piece indeed. And they really have caught Canada by surprise. Wow, that is a sucker punch to Canada. And it all comes from that challenge from Luke de Figueroles. As soon as he went down, you're like, why would you do that? And from there, you're a sitting duck. They're all crowded the box. Hakimi lays it off. Unahi with a beautiful finish, man. He just rolls it into the corner. There's enough pace on the ball. And he just wraps his foot around it. No chance for Crepeau. 1-0 to Morocco. It's a massive goal. And Mohamed Ouahabi's decision to keep the same team has paid dividends. The set-piece routine works. There's delirium in the Morocco end, as the Canadians will be scratching their collective chins, wondering how they have let Morocco steal the initiative here. Well, the number 7 side in the world, showcasing its class. It didn't have the Tony Cruz, he starts it off so far away from the post to curl it in. It was a decent Tony Cruz impersonation, but such a critical goal. And now finally, the game will break into life. Finally. Let's have it now. Morocco have something to hold on to. Wait and see whether or not they have enough in terms of... Well, Wabi holding on his changes has been a masterstroke here because he can delay it now. Ali Ahmed, finding Richie Larea, Estaquio, finds Figueroles. He's the one who made that crazy challenge. Not just get booked, but the resulting free kick, resulting in a goal. But it may be time for Morocco to put on the most nastiest of deep blocks here. 10 men behind the ball, park the bus stuff. Ashraf Hakimi, he drives on. Look at this powerful run from the skipper. Watch him go here. Brilliant run. Chops on his left foot. Shrugs off the challenge. He wants a foul. He's not going to get it. Lovely tracking back there by Richie Larea. It was Ali Ahmed actually. Wow. The winger tracking back all the way. Good work because Ashraf Hakimi was on a tear there on the right-hand side. That's a dangerous goal for Canada to concede, man. It's Hakimi who gets... I don't think he got caught there. Good decision by Michael Oliver because Hakimi just tried to put his studs on the ball. Slips under it. Oh, what a chance and brilliant finish. Needed something of quality to open up. Hide the defense. Morocco now having something to hold on to. Well, Jesse March, is it time for him to turn to his subs? Or does he wait? It's a risky game waiting because Morocco can very easily add the second. Unahi, the goal scorer. Azedine Unahi had a pretty drab World Cup by his standards. Remember in 2022, he was the next best thing out of Morocco, but his career kind of had a real dip, finding himself in Girona and then getting relegated this season. Trying to have a resurgence. Goals like this certainly help. Bouadi. Hakimi. Morocco now will be feeling a bit more confident. Forget confidence, they'll just be feeling a whole lot more relieved after being pretty much suffocated in that first half. Area wins the ball high up the pitch. Tani Olivasi, cutback chance. Good work there by Bouadi. Gets back into position. Hakimi starts off the counter-attack. Lovely roll there from Brahim Diaz. He's got options left and right. He just slightly overhits it for Rahimi. Rahimi picks his head up there. Good defending. Moise Bombito comes across and makes the challenge. Corner for Morocco. They look dangerous on that counter-attack. It was 2 defenders versus 3 attackers. I think the pass by Brahim Diaz was overhit. Just dragged Rahimi wide. Deep exhale here by Ashraf Hakimi. Once again, a big shift at right back. We'll take this corner. Approaching the 10-minute mark into the second half. Morocco deliver. Poor ball there by Hakimi, but he'll have another chance to recycle it with his left foot. Puts it towards the far stake, asking Hal a lot to try and keep it in play. He doesn't succeed, and that's out for a goal kick. Now it's up to Canada now. At what point does Jesse March wait until he brings on some of his subs? He's got Larin on the bench, who's got 2 goals in the World Cup group stages. Of course, Alphonso Davies. Can't forget him. He came on in the second half and pretty much changed the game against South Africa. Alphonso Davies might be called upon again here because Canada now really need him. At that time, it was 0-0. They were trying to win the game. Now they're going to have to try and stay in the World Cup with at least an equalizer. Richie Larea with the throw-in. Get to the hydration break and risk Davis. Yep, pretty much. That has to be the strategy. Bring on Larin, bring on Davies, and throw the kitchen sink at Morocco. Test whether or not they're fit enough, mentally fresh enough. That's a poor pass. Canada just starting to give it away. Time to gamble. Yep, it's definitely time to gamble. And no, they're not going to come back from a 2-0 deficit. Morocco are too shrewd, too wily. But for all of Canada's dominance, only that one real chance. Yes, it was a glorious opportunity. Other than that, Canada didn't really trouble them. Canada really gave them the best shot, and it just resulted in one shot on target. King of Morocco next to Baldy. Who's the royalty there? Good run on the right-hand side. I'm sure Infantino is making a few deals under the table. Shady man. Infantino looks like he's aged quite a bit. Reaching every stadium with great commitment as Ali Ahmed wins his side a corner here. Good run down the left-hand side. Just hung the ball in there for Ali Ahmed to chase. Estakio will take the corner. Canada looking for a route back into this contest. Umbito and Luke de Figueroa both into the box. Got the 2 strikers as well. Somebody's got to make the far post run in case there's a flick on. Estakio will deliver. Yassine Bonu trying to make his presence known. Estakio delivers towards the far stake. Figueroa puts it back into the danger area. Hal clears. We'll wait and see whether or not Chadi Riyad will be fit in case Morocco end up in the quarterfinals. Chadi Riyad will try everything in his power to try and make it to the quarters. Ismail Saibari as well. He's going to be on a fitness watch. Throw in for Canada. Puts it into the danger area. Cleared away by Mazraoui. Estakio secures the ball. Here is the skipper. Oh, that's a very bad pass to the skipper. Trying to make something out of it. Morocco play out here and they do it pretty well. Estakio. Alistair Johnston. Trying to play through with pretty patterns here, Canada on the right-hand side. Jesse March probably urging his side to step it up. Yep, approaching the hour mark. Hydration break in a few more minutes. Decent flick on header. Oh, that's a bad foul by Hal. It's risky. It is so risky. It's the offside flag up, and that's the only thing that will save Hal there. That is such a rash challenge. Oh, the offside flag bails Morocco. Tajon Buchanan cannot believe his luck. Let's have a look here. Flick on header. Oh, that is so close. So close. It's the clumsiest of challenges. It is so bad there from Halal. He needs to come off the pitch. This was the flick on header. Now, if the last touch is off Mazraoui, the offside could be chalked off, but it hasn't. Offside stands. Huge let off there for Morocco. Redouane Halal has not played a good game here. Difficult to be dropped in such a high pressure game. Figueroa wins the header. Good pass by Estakio. Jonathan David, poor pass from him. Morocco looking for the second, the cushion, and possibly the crushing blow. Maxim Crepeau finds Alistair Johnson. Bombito. Good press resistance there from Moise Bombito. Nice centre half finding the Celtic right back, Alistair Johnston. Look, the Figueroles shifts it to Sigur here. And Canada need to up it here. Up the tempo, up the rhythm. Good shape here from Morocco. The 4-4-2 off the ball. Very compact too. Good read there by Halhal. He knew that the ball was going to be fizzed into the centre forward. Goes racing in. Amadou Abi. Be very proud of his boys in the manner of which they have battled here. It's a double substitution on its way. I think Sofian Amrabat is one of them. I think this is where the lack of technical quality shows for Canada. Spot on. I think they had 20 minutes of very good football in them, and from there, they were just competing at a better physical level. But now that both Canada and Morocco are probably matched in that department, things have changed as Talbi and Amrabat, both coming on here for Morocco, and these are very good changes by Mamadou Abi. Amrabat, your old friend. Where is he now? He had the loan period. Chesim Talbi, Sunderland winger. He's on for Bouadi. Bouadi's off for Amrabat. It's a bit of a defensive substitution, but you need legs in midfield, and Bilal El Khanous is off as well for Talbi. Like-for-like changes by Mamadou Abi. Olivasi coming off for Canada. I'm surprised that he's the one whose number has been picked off, and Laren's on for him. I think Jonathan David should have been the one to be subbed because Olivasi has been the better striker. Jesse March going for the name over the performance. Oh, what a touch that is by Brahim Diaz. Rahimi picks it up here. He's sizing up the defender. His pass is overhit. Simpson Talbi happy to get there first. Here's Mazraoui. Mazraoui and Amrabat from this vantage point looking the same. The ball, these are confusing me. Manahi with a good driving run. He's the one who's made the difference. Here's Mazraoui. Mazraoui with a decent cross in. It's cleared away. Hakimi keeps the danger alive with a lovely cushion touch to Brahim Diaz. Clever pass there by Diaz. Back heel is nearly perfect by Hakimi. The right-hand side finally cooking up a nice meal there for Morocco. Halhal does the right thing of going backwards. Yassine Bono takes a bit of a chance on his weaker left foot. Morocco is starting to cook here. This is some beautiful football. It's Brahim Diaz on the right-hand side. Diaz, look at the number of white shirts queuing up here. Oh, they want handball. It's been waved away. Cleared away. Amrabat is water carrying for Anthony at Betis. Betis. Interesting move. Signed him from Fiorentina, didn't you? On loan? Well, what a chance that was from Morocco, man. Brahim Diaz with lovely footwork. He had 4 or 5 players to aim at in the box. Ultimately, Canada survive, and it's Canada under the pump now, and Morocco playing some saucy football. Momentum has turned. Hakimi with a risky pass to Amrabat. Mops up nicely. I'm surprised Canada have just made the one change. Maybe Jesse March is plan to really attack after the hydration break. Maybe bring on 3 players to change the dynamic of the team. Amadou Abi has gone like for like with his changes. Lovely pass by Amrabat. Oh, that's maybe a foul. Bombito. Careful, very careful. He's last man too. Rahimi making the run from out to in. Michael Oliver waves it away. Tejan Buchanan. Finding Johnston. 25 minutes plus stoppage time remain in Houston now. Look to Figueroles. Poor pass, but Ali Ahmed picks it off. Here's Ahmed. Decent dribbling. Has to go on the inside and the outside. Shuffly feet. Lovely stuff. Oh, he keeps the attack going. Richie Larea put the ball in. Looks to take an extra touch. I think the offside flag has been raised though. Great stuff there by Ali Ahmed. This is the first time we've seen that jinky run of his. Yep, Richie Larea clearly offside. Issa Diop holding the line. This was a strike by Unai. Beautifully done. Well, the Moroccan fans, for under 25 minutes plus stoppage time, away from booking their tickets for the quarterfinals. Morocco with some big tournament pedigree now, man. I mean, they're number 7 in the world. AFCON champions. I mean, ruled, at least after the tournament. Semi-finalists in Qatar. Another semi-finals here, and Morocco are literally golden age stuff here. Oh, decent chance here. Well defended. Hakimi lets it go. Bono. Oh, that's a bad challenge. Could it be a red card? It's a yellow card for Larin. He's gone lunging in. He has every right to go for it because the pass was left short. Yassine Bono put under real pressure there by the Hakimi back pass. Yeah, he's got nothing that he can do there, man. He has to go for it. That is not a fucking foul as well, man. He's done nothing wrong. I thought he had a stamp, and that's why he puts a yellow card. He doesn't even step on him. Might have just caught the toe of him, but to give a yellow card for that is just... It's just Michael Oliver. Why are we even surprised? Shocking decision. Larin shouldn't have picked up a yellow card. And we saw that in the first half where Richie Larea picked up a yellow card for being fouled. Michael Oliver, no surprises, having a stinker here, but it's the hydration break, and Canada need it here because they're finding themselves about 20 plus minutes plus stoppage time away from exiting the tournament in the round of 16. They've battled well, but they've lacked quality in the final third. Morocco have them within arm's length, and they're keeping a good control of this match. And you have to go to that chance early in the first half where Yassine Bono made a brilliant save. Other than that, Canada have not troubled Morocco's number 1. Is it kitchen sink time for Morocco, for Canada? I think it is. Fonzie, immediately stripped and ready for action. And that's the thing. I would not take off Ali Ahmed if I'm bringing on Alphonso Davies. It should not be like for like from Jesse March's point of view. I said this in the game against South Africa as well. You saw as soon as Alphonso Davies got onto the pitch, he changed the game with his quality. Now, get him in the central areas. That is where Canada can make things happen. Maybe sacrifice a centre forward. Maybe take off Jonathan David and bring on Alphonso Davies, because it might be a negative move on paper because you're bringing on a left back for a striker, but believe me, it's not. You already have Larin as your centre forward. Now get somebody in that number, in that hole, to play those passes because you're asking way too much out of Eustáquio and Sigur here. The centre midfielders having to defend, attack, box to box, recover the ball. Too much work. Get a number 10, take off Jonathan David, and start cooking in the central areas. Surely right. Sure. What am I missing here? It's got to be the change. Well, Jesse March is having a word with few of his subs. The Moroccan fans, they need to party all night long. They're 20 minutes plus stoppage time away. Who is this guy, man? I recognize him. He's one of the defensive players for the Houston Texans, maybe? Oh, I'm not sure. I shouldn't be speculating, but We're back underway after the hydration break. What do Canada have in store for us? Again, no changes yet. Jesse March is playing a dangerous game, but he is preparing his subs. Again, don't make it like for like. If he makes like for like subs, it will be really disappointing and will pretty much signal the end of Canada's hopes of progressing. He needs to think outside the box. I've told you guys what I thought about a solution for Canada. Might need a bit of presence out wide as well, but don't take off Ali Ahmed. Tajon Buchanan has been a really good player down that right-hand side for Canada. It's just that final pass, that final action has been missing. Morocco keeping a clean sheet in this match would be spectacular, man. For them to not be in their prime physical condition and still keep a clean sheet in this game would just showcase you what a serious team this is. About 20 minutes away from one African team, one out of two, booking their spots in the final 8. Egypt against Argentina should be interesting. Again, not in terms of a spectacle. I'm expecting it to go something in the similar veins of Cape Verde, but I don't think Egypt are capable of putting in that performance. Does Canada have a track record with comebacks this World Cup? They were 1-0 down in the first game against Bosnia. Larin, the centre forward who came off the bench, was the man who scored that brilliant goal. And of course, Estaquio, the skipper, scored in the 92nd minute. But at that point, it was 0-0 against South Africa in the round of 32. So Canada have scored some late goals, but they haven't been up against an opposition like Morocco. And even though Morocco, not in their best physical shape, are a very experienced side. 2022 semi-finalists, AFCON winners, looking to go one further this time. Certainly be a shock, but you don't really want to play Morocco if you're one of the big sides. It would be such an uncomfortable game for anybody, really. But with no Ismail Saibari and Shadi Riyad, Morocco are significantly weakened, especially down their spine. Long ball pumped forward. Hal with a very good defensive header. He was under pressure. He steadied his game. Could have very easily conceded a pen if Tajon Buchanan wasn't offside. Here's Sofian Amrabat. Finds Hakimi. Hakimi clips it onto the right-hand side, but just cuts across it. Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz has been really good in the second half. Some of his passes under pressure have been top class, showcasing why he plies a straight for Real Madrid. Here's Larea. Finds Luke de Figueroles. Slightly overhit for Sigur. Again, Jesse March. Where are the changes? Where are the changes? We're heading into the final 15. Time flying by here for Canada. Tajon Buchanan trying to just inch his way forward. Morocco are shutting out everything here. They need to force Yassine Bonu into a couple of saves at least before the 90 minutes. Bonu cannot have a comfortable second half, especially in a knockout game here. Throw in for Canada. Alistair Johnston will take this. Flick on header chance. Cleared away by Mazraoui. Tabi always impresses you. Cold baller. Recycled ball in. Punched away by Yassine Bonu. Danger still alive. Decent touch. Ali Ahmed scoops it back in. Cleared away by Issa Diop. Oh, what a touch that is, but it's risky. Put under pressure. Estaquio may want a handball. They want a pen maybe now. Oh, it's been brought back for a free kick right outside the box. That is 19 yards. Talbi did score that late winner at Stamford Bridge early on in the season. From there, always had an eye on him. I'm not sure whether or not that hit too much of Amrabat's arm, man. It's not the first one. It's not Diop's arm either. It's the Amrabat handball, and I'm not sure whether or not his arm was outstretched, but it's a free kick in really dangerous territory here. Canada looking for a route back into this contest. But this is for the skipper. If you know that Kobe Bryant ISO signal where everybody step away, leave this one to me. This has got to be Estaquio's territory here. Jonathan David, walk away. Walk away. This is not for you. The captain has delivered once already. This is while it's close to goal, it's difficult to get it up and under the wall in time. It's going to have to be a clip-like finish. Estaquio has walked away. I'm not sure if this is the wisest decision. Or maybe something off the training ground here from Canada. It's Jonathan David and Ali Ahmed. The winger or the striker, fancying this one. It's Jonathan David. He's clipped it over. Surprise, surprise. Come on, man. Jesse March is allowing way too many liberties here. It's a poor free kick. How do you take this ball off Estaquio? You just don't. And I don't even know what he's trying to do with that free kick. Even if that's on target, it's the easiest of catches for Yassine Bonu. And he takes off Larea. He's completely changed his left-hand side. Ali Ahmed and Larea have come off. Promise David is on. And Schaffelberg too. That was one of the worst free kicks. And we all knew it. As soon as Estaquio was moved away, I'm like, what are you doing, Canada? But Promise David is a handful off the bench for Canada. It's got a lot to do. Oh, why are you shooting from there? It's a good save for Yassine Bonu, but carry the ball forward. Tejon Buchanan with a snapshot. Why not? And it's on target. Bonu just parries that away, but it wasn't like a fingertip save. He's just taking precautionary measures. It's a corner for Canada, though. Yassine Bonu's first real action between the sticks for Morocco in the second half. Estaquio will take the corner. Canada looking for a goal to take this game even further. Estaquio's corner is poor, doesn't beat the first man. And Schaffelberg and Promise David coming on. Oh, that's a foul by Promise. 2 hands on the back. As a skipper, Gautam, I would be fuming. I would be throwing hands at Jonathan David in the change room. You wave me away and take a free kick like that. What is this guy waiting for? Get Davies on. Get him on. Or has he done damage after his cameo against South Africa? Canada needs something. Shot from distance is one way to rile up the crowd. It looks like 1 goal will be enough for Morocco. Approaching the final 10. Jesse March is almost looking away in horror. Amrabat sticks a leg out. Free kick for Canada. What Morocco have to do here is just cut out these set pieces given to the opposition. It feels like set pieces is the only way that Canada are going to score here, because from open play, it's looking long. Stefan Estaquio with the ball in. Clever ball into the channel. Keeps it alive. Estaquio puts it back into the danger area with a change of angle. Morocco want to try and counter, but that pass Will be cut out quite comfortably. Maxime Crepeau, way off his line, trying to reload, but that's a clever pass. Look to Figueroles. Well intercepted. He was almost telegraphed. Great play there from Talbi. And now Morocco can finish this off here. It's 4v2 if they get this right. It's Brahim Diaz. Chops. Lovely touch. It's 2-0. It's into the top corner. And Morocco are certainly through to the quarterfinals. Onahi with a brace. It is a thumping finish. And it is game over. Well, Morocco on the counter-attack, lethal stuff indeed. Morocco will celebrate. And the first quarter-finalist has been confirmed, and it's the North African side who have done it. Great goal there from Onahi. What a time to step up and show out. A brace in the round of 16 to book your side's place in the quarterfinals. Well done, Morocco, going through all that adversity in the first half and coming out looking sweet. Not just the win, but also a clean sheet by the looks of it. Azzedine Onahi, a brace to give Morocco a 2-0 lead. This is brilliant from Brahim Diaz, man. Great pace. And then the chop, and just so composed to find this pass. Onahi doesn't need to take a touch. He just wraps his foot around it, giving Maxime Crepeau no chance. Two wonderful finishes. Same side. One in the bottom corner and one top bins. Well, Morocco deserve it. They're the savvy team. They're a team that don't panic. Despite losing Ismail Saibari to an injury, Morocco have still scored 2 in the second half here, and the Canadian resistance finally broken. And now there's no point bringing on Fonzie. Might as well keep him on the bench. The time to bring him on was into quarter 4. And now he's scoring half an hour apart. Early into the second half and late on. Pretty much timing his 2 goals to perfection. And now it's all about game management. It's Takio. David with the strike blocked. Cleared away. Don't tell me he's bringing Davies on here. Schaffelberg. Decent ball, but easy for Yassine Bono. No way he's bringing on Davies now. Surely not. Schaffelberg's attempt to put the ball in. It would be a crime if Jesse March brought on Fonzie. Not now. Just stick with the story that he's not fit and tell him to say the same thing in the presser. Not fit to come on, didn't want to compromise the team. If you bring him on now, it sends a terrible message. Now on to the right-hand side, Alistair Johnston clips in a decent ball. Yassine Bono with an easy save. Morocco looking for the third here. What a touch that is. Azzedine Onahi on a hat-trick, driving his team forward here. Onahi clips it in here. Oh, what a header! Hits the crossbar. That could have been 3-0 and game over. Rahimi's header. So close. It could have been one of the goals of the tournament for the beauty in its construction and execution. What a beautiful goal that would have been, man. So unlucky. How the hell have Morocco in the second half turned it around in this fashion, man? They were dying in that first half. What a ball. Brilliant from Onahi. The header from Rahimi. It is such a difficult skill. It's going across him. There's pace on it, but to guide it so perfectly. Wow. So unlucky. Here's Schaffelberg. It just crosses into the box. Light work here for the Moroccan defense. Schaffelberg again. Cleared away comfortably. Sigur. Canada running out of ideas. Did give us a memorable 20 minutes. But after that, it just feels that, yep, Morocco thoroughly deserve it. It's Takio. Johnston. That's the Keo again. Decent clearance there by Issa Diop. Bombito. Amrabat, he's been a good presence in midfield, and they needed it. Needs a tough tackler, someone to get up and down that pitch. Wadi was struggling in midfield, and Mohamed Ouabi had no qualms in taking him off, bringing on the more experienced Sofian Amrabat and securing that midfield. El Murabe is coming on, and so is Sadame as Issa Diop. I think they're protecting him because he's on a yellow. If he gets a yellow card, he'll miss the quarterfinals. So good management there by Mohamed Ouabi. Sigur and Buchanan are off for Canada as well. El Murabe, that's it. Unai and Diop off as Murabe and Sadeh on. In about 2 hours' time, we'll be going live again. We got France versus Paraguay. Talk about another David versus Goliath clash. Paraguay, we're not going to underestimate them. They, in fact, did knock out Germany. Yes, there's a gulf in class between Germany and France, and most people would have liked to see Germany versus France in the round of 16 tonight. But Germany, they have been underachieving for a while in the international tournaments. And once again, not being able to go through Paraguay and getting knocked out on pens. Julio and Enciso watch, Gautam. That's what we're going to be on from Chelsea's point of view. Buchanan and Sigur off. Nelson and Osorio on. Yep, so no Alphonso Davies. Stick to the story, mate. Deny till you die. This was the Azzedine Ounahi's second goal. Lovely sweeping finish. That's a difficult technique, man, to generate that kind of power, especially with the ball going away from your body so much, to then just get that pace with that whip finish. Quality stuff there by Azzedine Ounahi. The disappointments of getting relegated with Genoa. Rear view mirror now for the number 10. As Morocco fans can start to celebrate, they're that much closer to booking their spot in the last 8. Well, under 90 seconds of the 90 remain. Expecting about 7 minutes of stoppage time. 100 degrees in Philly. Best of luck to the players. It's going to be brutal. Ooh, that will be brutal. Hydration break is going to be warranted then. Paraguay will have to put in the most insane of defensive shifts. Amrabat gets caught in midfield. Free kick for Canada. Just feels a little too late now to try and pull things back. Last minute. There's Schaffelberg. Cross comes in. It's got depth. Keeps it alive. It's a decent strike. It's well blocked. I think that's Sofian Amrabat doing his job to a T here. That's Takio. Finds Osorio. Substitute with a decent run. Going backward for no reason, really. Keep pushing it forward here, Canada. They need to try and find a goal back. It's not 7, but 8 minutes of stoppage time. Game all's over. Morocco, really good stuff. This is what experienced teams do, man. They weather adversity and power through as a collective. Great stuff. Top of the shoulder there by the substitute. Keeps it alive. Promise David. Might be offside. Was there a foul there? Promise David looks good every time he comes on, man. He's got that real presence about him. He makes things happen. This was Laren, actually. Jesse March has, let's be honest, got a few things wrong in this match. We do see managers of countries resigning after tournaments soon after. I mean, we've had like 5 or 6 coaches resign soon after their teams have been eliminated. Nagelsmann has been asked to move out, and Jurgen Klopp could be the name for Germany. I mean, if German football needed something in terms of a resurrection, he's your man. And it's not even close. It would be a real coup for Germany. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp would be a proper manager to revive that German side that really looked a shadow of their former selves. Issa Diop, happy to get these last few minutes off, but be slightly nervous on the sidelines until the job is done. Keeping the danger alive, it's cleared away. Just over 6 minutes remain. Morocco want this clean sheet. Good challenge, very good challenge. Shoulder to shoulder, clean as a whistle. Morocco's technical security is what has helped them in the second half. They know that, yep, we may not be able to run here, but keep the ball better. Knock it around. Make Canada do the chasing. And we're in with a fighting chance. Here's Schaffelberg. Finding his centre half. Centre half certainly can't put the ball inside. He doesn't. Decent carry, trying to go on the outside. Oh, lovely turn. Hakimi defends well. It's a corner for Canada. 5.5 minutes to go. Canada's World Cup journey just slipping through their fingers here. A lot of what-ifs after the 20 minutes. Schaffelberg's ball in. It's Maxime Crepeau of all people who's in the box. Why is he even there? I mean, they're lucky that the play breaks and it's a foul. He's trying to pull a goal back, risk the third to try and score one. I mean, why not? With 5 minutes to go. It was actually pretty pinpoint in terms of cross right onto the head of Maxime Crepeau, but Yacine Bonou getting a critical fist away. Keep throwing the keeper forward. Well, Morocco nearly there. Weathering the storm, weathering the pressure. Getting the job done with 2 outstanding finishes by Azzedine Ounahi. And what's more impressive is the clean sheet too, man. They went 120 minutes against Netherlands. This is not an easy performance. Don't let the scoreline fool you in terms of the ease at which Morocco have done it. They've had to do it the hard way. They've had to really dig deep as a collective. And you're seeing the fruits of their labors right here, right now. They're so close to a spot in the quarterfinals, and they absolutely deserve it. They're a team nobody underestimates anymore. And they've got a real target on their back every time Morocco steps on the field. That's how much respect other teams should be paying to one of the top dogs of Africa. A lot of sullen faces on the Canadian bench. They can be proud of the tournament that they've had. Facing Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland before facing South Africa in the round of 32. Schaffelberg tries to whip that in. Took a touch. Corner for Canada. Fighting till the very end. Schaffelberg has been a decent influence on that left-hand side since coming on. Moroccan coaching staff almost indebted to Azzedine Ounahi there. Because I don't think Morocco would be able to go another 30 minutes into extra time, man. They could have. I mean, they very easily could. Talked about how they were possibly managing or conserving their energy and to really hit Canada in the second half, and that's exactly what's happened. Here's Schaffelberg. He wants the free kick. He's going to get it. Morocco having to work hard for their clean sheet because Canada going till the very end here. Mr. Keo, push everybody away. This is your free kick. As captain, just shove everybody away. Mr. Keo to take it. What's the message, Gautam? What minutes? What am I missing? Estakio might take this one or delegate again. Estakio rolls it. It's a decent strike. Deflection. Schaffelberg puts it into a dangerous area. Real melee. Oh. I mean, Alistair Johnson trying an audacious... And it's not even a flicked finish. He's just tried to prod that on target. El Murabe might have got caught on that occasion. Yep, this one is done. 90 seconds remain of stoppage time. Canada can be proud. Use this as a stepping stone for the next edition. Try and go one step further and maybe try finding themselves in the quarterfinals. Well, one of the host nations out of here. Mexico and USA. It's up to them to carry the host nation hopes, as Morocco have dealt with the Canadian charge. Final minute of stoppage time here in Houston. Morocco with a clinical second half display here. Thing is, though, how well they have protected Yassine Bonu. It's almost like that first chance which Bono saved just woke them up and said, yep, that's never happening again in this game. We're shutting things down here. 30 seconds remain. Thanks so much, Gautam, for tuning in. And yes, we've got the main event coming up in 2 hours' time. France taking on Paraguay. I'll see you for that. Here's Brahim Diaz. This could be over. Rahimi! 3-0 to Morocco. They get it done in style. The striker off the bench adds the finish in sensational fashion. Morocco are through. 3-0 to the good. And Morocco will celebrate. 3-0. Game over. Well, that's it from me, guys. I'm off and I'll be back in under 2 hours' time for France versus Paraguay. Commiserations to Canada, whose tournament ends in the round of 16. They have just faced a class opponent who have just put everything together in the second 45 minutes and have come out looking sweet. No Ismail Saibari, no problem. 2 for Anahi, 1 for Rahimi, 3-0. Game over. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into the stream. It's been a blast, and I'll be back in under 2 hours' time as France take on Paraguay for the main event of the night here. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you for it.